Hey Blue, do you want to help me record this Mario Party footage? Nope. How about you, Camo? Oh, sure, what do you do? So you hit this button. And... that's it. Okay, never mind. Hello everybody, welcome to Mario Party Month over at Analytorium Studios, where I am in fact the only crew member that actually likes this game.
Mario Party, the original, was released in 1998 for the Nintendo 64. It features all of the basic tenets of the franchise. You hit a dice block with the A button, move some spaces, get an outcome based off of where you land. It included various stages, each with a theme, as well as a host of unfair and unbalanced minigames, all things that would become a staple of the series. This game, in particular, as the first entry, was incredibly rough around the edges and included some of the worst features ever, such as rotating the horrible Nintendo 64 control stick in a circle furiously for multiple minigames.
That's the only good part, what do you mean?
All crazy manager preferences aside, this feature made the game an issue for many, and there was even a lawsuit at one point to handle the problem. Another major issue was just how rigged this game was, with the game determining your dice rolls before they were even made. In addition to all of this was a whole bunch of rough cut board design and finicky mechanics, which all added up to make this easily the roughest and least polished Mario Party of the whole lot, and that's saying something.
If this game is so unpolished, why are you doing a review of it? It sucks so bad that I love it! The way that chance time drastically affects the outcome in unforeseen ways, the way that Bowser completely and totally hoses you whenever you land on his space or approach him on the stage, the way that the dice block rolls are solidly against you. It all makes the experience a great deal more wacky and fun. Part of the charm of the original game is that it is so completely bad, it succeeds at being good. Yeah, you lost me.
Why don't we take a quick look at each of the 8 different boards in Mario Party? Yes, this game has the most standard boards out of each of the franchise's installments, which is a cool touch that I've learned to fully appreciate over the time I've been playing it. First things first, I want to talk about Donkey Kong's Jungle Adventure. This is the board I've played the most, and it is slated on the select screen as being of the easiest difficulty. It has some fairly linear design, and the trend of having gateways that you have to pay to cross is shown perfectly on this board. It is a very easy way of dodging Bowser, which I appreciate, and there are 2 boos on this board, making for some fun stealing action. With a bunch of extra paths and a fun aesthetic, I think I'll give this board a 4 out of 5 in comparison to other boards in this game. The other board in this game that is slated as having an easy difficulty is Mario's Rainbow Castle, and it isn't too hard to see why. This board is the most linear in the game, with only 2 diverging paths along a straight road. At the end of the road, you arrive at a castle, where you will either find Toad or Bowser. Bowser steals a star, or a bunch of coins if you don't already have a star, and Toad gives you a star for 20 coins. After either one of them does their thing, the castle flips to the other person. All in all, this board is super easy and very basic, and although it is fun, it isn't the most entertaining out there. I'll have to give this a 3 out of 5. The next board is one that will be returning in the upcoming game Mario Party Superstars, Peach's Birthday Cake. There's a good reason that this board is returning, and that is because this board is easily the best one from this game. It is the perfect blend of simplistic style mixed in with some tense moments as you try to dodge some of the gimmicks that the board has to offer. One of them is where you participate in a roulette-style selection, and if you get a Bowser flower, you go visit him, and if you get a Toad flower, you go visit Toad. The other insane gimmick is that whenever you land on a happening space, you can plant a piranha plant for 30 coins. Whenever somebody lands on that space in the future, they will lose a star and give that star to you. This combines to create one of my favorite boards in all of Mario Party, and just a wacky and crazy time that is so emblematic of this first unpolished installment. Board number 4 is Yoshi's Tropical Island. This is another of my favorites on this game, and although it isn't quite on the level of Peach's Birthday Cake, it is pretty close. This board is separated into 2 islands, one of which has Bowser and one of which has Toad. They both do much the same as they have on previous boards, but this time when you land on a happening space, the 2 switch, requiring you to cross a toll bridge to a different island if you want a shot at reaching Toad. This board has some unique mechanics and a great soundtrack and atmosphere. Overall, I'd say this combines to a 4 out of 5. The third and final medium difficulty board on Mario Party is Wario's Battle Canyon. The main mechanic on this stage is the cannons, which shoot at you all around the 6 different islands on the board. This sounds like an interesting concept, especially when you consider that when you land on an island, it is entirely randomized which space you will land on. But in the end, it becomes a drone fest as you wait tediously for your turn to just get over with already. You can even entirely miss a star if you land on the wrong spot of an island. All in all, it is a bit much of an experience, and in my opinion, it's the worst board in the game. 1 out of 5. The first 3-star difficulty board in Mario Party is Luigi's Engine Room. Going into this review, this was the board that I had played the least, and as soon as I got going, I began to understand why. This level design is horrendous. The system operates by unlocking and locking red, blue, and blue doors, of which you can change by paying 20 coins at certain booths. Not only do they change with the booths, but at the start of every single new turn as well. This can get straight up frustrating, as it is easy to get stuck in a loop, or a dead end, or just go an entirely wrong way and have to circumnavigate the entire board to get back to where you wanted to go, potentially missing the right path yet again. I'm giving this board a 1 out of 5, ever so slightly above Wario's Battle Canyon. The 7th board on this game is Bowser's Magma Mountain. Typically, Bowser boards in Mario Party have some crazy gimmick, and this board is no exception. Every time you land on a happening space, every single space on the board is turned into a red space, except for the event spaces. This lasts for 2 turns, but it is entirely possible to have every space to be a red space for almost the entire game, leading to a coin deficit that doesn't occur very often in the first Mario Party. However, all things considered, this board doesn't do very much to change up the formula for a Mario Party board. It's very linear, with only one divulging path that either takes you to Bowser or to Boo, and nothing truly interesting happens here, either thematically or gameplay-wise. There's just some roulette junctions where you have to pay 10 coins to activate. It's easily the most bland Bowser board experience out of any Mario Party, and for that I have to give it a 2 out of 5. The 8th and final stage of Mario Party is called Eternal Star. This board is one. It has the most randomized and crazy element out of any board in the entire franchise. There are multiple star spaces, on which you have to pay 20 coins to have a chance at gaining a star. There are teleporters that take you in different directions, and when you land on a happening space, the teleporters are randomized all over again. This is exactly the sort of stupid and wacky fun that I have come to expect from the first unpolished entry in the series, and even though it sucks, I kinda love it. 3 out of 5.
Hey, regular, I don't think that our potential producers are going to think very highly of a studio that enjoys terrible games. Well, ahead of the studio that enjoys terrible games. I'm sure it'll be fine. Hey Camo, as our official friend that hangs out on the couch while we work, why don't you call the producer I'm meeting with tomorrow to see if he still wants the appointment? On it. Not boss. Now that's all the time we have for today, folks. But let's get a quick overview of the game and some general thoughts.
This game is completely crazy. It doesn't hold up super well and has some excessive luck elements with some bland board design, and a severe lack of solid minigames, but for some reason, I just love it. It has an amazing amount of charm that makes me fall in love with the game every time that I play it, and the way that it implements its stories is something that I almost wish was incorporated into the later entries. This game is almost only worth playing if you are a true Mario Party fan, or if you want to take a look at times long gone. On the official Analytorium scale, I have to give this one a decent. Thank you all for watching, and we'll see you on the next one. Bye bye!